So, what should I say? Oh, 3 choices. Fell from the sky. It fell from the sky. Seriously, it fell from the sky. This is also stealing. Just tell him the truth. I don't think he gives a shit. I found it in a junkyard. Junkyard? Junkyard? You don't mean that company's junkyard? He tosses his thumb over his shoulder. Not exactly sure where he's referring to. But I haven't seen any other junkyards around here, so yes, that's probably the one. You've got some guts, kid. I hope you know how much the fines are. And know that anything in the world is free as long as you don't get caught. Oh, ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. You're funny, kid. I like that. Well, guess he's cool with it. Of course, look at him. Of course he would be cool. Wait a minute. What's this? A nasty frown forms on his face. Is something wrong? Yeah, you could say that. Suddenly, he starts fussing like a little kid. What kind of sicko would do this? Just look at it. The whole frame's ruined. It won't even be able to move around properly on its own. He was right. Pretty savvy of him to point it out. I guess he's the real deal after all. So you think you can fix it? That's not the main issue here. There's something more important. And what's that? Do you have the resolve to take proper care of an android? The resolve? Where'd this come from? Listen. Androids break easily. They're fragile, they're sensitive, they're delicate. Do you get what I'm saying here? He emphasizes his point 3 times. That's how passionate he was about it. I can see that he really loves his robots, but at the same time, he's starting to freak me out. He continues to rant. To a lot of people, androids are nothing but fancy toys nowadays. I mean, those kinds of folks pay for my food and my bills, but whenever I hear about how they've been mistreating their androids, I tend to lose my temper. They don't understand how important these creatures really are to us. I unwittingly take a small step back. Creatures? This man just referred to androids as creatures. He's not right in the head. From time to time, there have been people who fall in love with androids. Not just carnal desire. I'm talking about people who are willing to spend the rest of their lives with androids, treating them as equals. It's a controversial topic that's getting more discussion. It's an abnormality spawning from an advancing civilization with constant innovation in technology. As someone who's never seen it happen firsthand, I'll always refuse to believe it. Can't believe such people actually exist. An android simply lacks the intellect to be paired up with a human being. It's nothing but a glorified hunk of metal that can make our lives better easier. I'd rather spend my entire life with a monkey. These monkeys are actual living creatures, and they share many of similarities with humans. This is my first-hand experience with such a case. I feel more disappointed than shocked. It seemed perfectly normal. Guess you can't judge a book by its cover. I'll get it fixed, but you'd better treat it right. Got it? Really? I'm not the one who banged it up in the first place. Even so, I don't feel like it's worth starting an argument over. Let's just get this over with. Crystal. Crystal meth. Yeah. What a great kid. At least you listen when someone tells you something. Since we're all chummy now, how about lowering your price? Ha! Don't push your luck, kid. That was a full 180. So much for budding friendship. You know what? Fine. Half price since you're my first customer of the day. I'm relieved to hear that. Any discounts are most certainly welcome. Great. Can you have it ready by the end of school? It's a pretty leg day, so yeah, it's doable. Punches some numbers into his calculator. Then he shows me the results. I was planning on charging you only about this much. What do you think? ... No. Hold on. I need a good song to do this. Never mind. I blank out for a bit. Shit. Yeah. ... No, shit! There are a lot of video games that I've always wanted to buy. I also need to save up for my new textbook, so I'll be using next year. This robot had better pay for itself. Fine. I'll pay you when I come back. Holding out my treasured pocket watch, I glance at the time. Wasted too much time here. An outdated gear clock in this day and age. I like it. Has a nostalgic charm. Well aware that these types of watches are hard to find. More importantly, this is my personal way of rebelling against this continuously developing society. Hey, you piece of junk. ... Can't you hear me? ... No response. Finally I had to address it by name. Lucy. The robot immediately reacts. What's with this thing? I'll be back after school. Behave yourself, alright? ... The android wobbles his head back and forth, hoping it understood me. And with that, I leave the shop. Treat the robot right. Next scene. Hey, you piece of junk. That's how you treat a robot right. There we go. I hightail it towards my high school. I'm in second year. While running, a movie I saw recently springs to mind. An old sci-fi flick set in the year 2050. Oh, it's pretty old. All these oldies seem to be lacking one thing. Creativity. A few showcase large-scale space battles. Others would have flying vehicles soaring through the sky. Well, guess what? It's 2050. And we don't have moon-sized starships or flying cargo zipping around. People still walk to school. People still drive normal vehicles. People still ride bicycles and skateboards. Oh shit, what the fuck just happened there? Some people still use old fountain pens or pocket watches like me. But there exists a single piece of technology that's become more prominent in our lives. Androids. They're being used everywhere around the world. That's one thing these aged films got right. Oh, for fuck's sake. Dun 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 dun. The morning bell snaps me from my reverie as I dash straight to my classroom. Please refrain from running. Oh. Please refrain from running in the hallways. A janitor android scolds me as I rush past it. This type has facial recognition software to report any transgressor. Like me. Except I simply cover my face. And there's no record. You gotta know how to exploit the system. I'm quite the criminal. Gotta admit it, I'm quite the criminal. Safe! Boistered by my recent victory, I strut towards my desk with a confident swagger. I noticed that the teacher's not in yet. Plunked down in my seat while still huffing. That was pretty close. Did you sleep in again? That concern-filled voice is coming from the guy sitting next to me. So, who are you? Clever-looking fellow. Okay, we need a voice for you. Oh, how about a snobby voice? People usually refer to him by his nickname, Dr. Gears. That's because he's a real geek with a burning passion for robots. I, on the other hand, despise robots. And while I label myself as an introvert, he's very approachable and outgoing. Moreover, our tastes and hobbies differ quite a lot. You'd think we'd have nothing to do with each other, but as they say, opposites attract. I know. Weird, right? No, I just had some business to take care of. What voice do I give him? Really? This early in the morning? It's a long story. I'm cut short by a middle-aged man making his entry. Our teacher. A female assistant android trails behind. Let's talk about this later. Send him a signal. He turns a thumbs up. Later. Lunchtime rolls by. I take out my freshly bought pieces of bread. Dr. Gears does likewise with a very appealing lunchbox. Two desks have been joined together. On mine, there are a couple of pieces of fried croquettes with a carton of chocolate milk. My friend, on the other hand, has quite a tasty spread on his, which he seems to be enjoying immensely. Heard that his maid android makes it for him every morning, and the food doesn't look half bad. Then again, anything looks better to a poor smug like me who eats bread every day. Problem with your food? Or, never mind. Problem indeed. I bite down on the croquette. What the hell happened? Delicately piercing its golden, crisply warm surface, savory scent wafts forth. The sweet flavor of the dough mingles with the tantalizing aroma, creating a heavenly mixture. That's not all. The crème inside unleashes its softness as it slowly melts upon my tongue. For the vegetables in the mixture provide a strong, rich flavor. The eggs and mashed potatoes join the fray by pleasantly blending in with the other ingredients. This refined taste, it must be. I'm utterly confused. Alright, you're going there, didn't I? Setting aside the sad excuse for a rubber substitute, I pose a question to Dr. Gears. By the way, didn't you once tell me that you have a lot of androids at home? Huh? Yeah, around 6, I think. That's a high number. Typical household can't afford that many. Rumors that Gears is from a well-to-do family. Why the sudden interest? It's nothing. Oh, wait a minute. He starts grinning like an idiot. Hey, your food's falling out of your mouth, you know. You've taken a liking to androids, haven't you? So you're calling off this little war of ours? More like a temporary truce. Good enough. Androids are simply amazing, you know. They're truly the greatest invention that science has delivered since the beginning of mankind. There are quite a few types. My favorites